All right, good morning everybody. Welcome to Harvest Moon Farm. My name is Mickey. Some of you may or may not know this is my husband Joe, and today he is going to show us how to make some little freezer egg breakfast muffin things. I don't know if I know what they're called, but I'm going to let him take over.
So I happened to see this, it was either on Facebook or Instagram, but it's something quick, a little quick protein. While you're running out the door, you can just microwave it, take it with you real fast, because I'm pretty bad about eating breakfast. So basically, just get a muffin tin, and then we're going to line it. You could either use turkey or ham, and then just crack an egg into it, and then sprinkle some cheese. And right now I'm going to set the oven at preheated at 350 before we do all this, and then it'll be ready to go. So basically I'm just going to use turkey. Just stuff it in the muffin tin. Maybe.
So basically you're taking your little slice of turkey or ham or whatever you're using and putting it right inside your liner like it's the liner. And then he's going to add the rest of his ingredients in on that. So then it'll have like the meat will be kind of holding the muffin together.
Barely just had enough.
And do you mix the eggs up, or do you just crack them right into the thing?
No, you just crack it right into the thing, so it's
Okay.
a whole egg. So should be easy for all the guys to do this. If I could do it, anybody could do it.
Eggshell thing. Do you want me to do a couple?
Sure.
Okay. Well. And we're putting our eggs in this bag. If you guys have watched my other videos, you know that we have chickens, and we just feed our eggshells back to our chickens to help them with the calcium they need to make eggs. Ooh, I just made this.
I'm not the best at this either.
Are we going to break the shell then, or are we going to leave it just like that? Do we break, I mean, sorry, not the shell.
I was confused.
Do we break the yolk? That's what I meant to say. Okay.
No, the yolk
We
stays
just leave them whole? Okay,
yeah.
cool. Oh, except I think I stuck my thumb in that one. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
So you can see it doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to get them in there. So now we'll add a little bit of salt and pepper.
And because I'm using this big, my full container here, I'm just going to pour some in my hand and just sprinkle so we don't get too much. And then I'll do the same thing with the pepper, unless you want to do it.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll let you do it.
I figured. Just a little sprinkle, and obviously if you have a salt and pepper shaker you could use those too, but we have them, but this is what we can keep sitting on the counter, so we'll just use these. Alright, what do you think?
I think that's good.
Alright.
And now we'll just sprinkle a little bit of cheese, because like my wife always says, you can't never have too much cheese. Well,
And
yeah.
well, in my opinion, you can't have too much cheese. Other people may disagree, but this is just some white cheddar that I have shredded up. Yeah, see, some of these need more cheese, like this one they just did.
So if she says I need more cheese, I better put more cheese.
And helping. This one probably needs a little more cheese. And I'm just going to pick up some of this cheese that's dropped on the muffin tin because you know how hard it is to clean muffin tins.
We definitely need more cheese.
Alright. The oven is still preheating.
Okay, so I have the oven preheating at 350, and once it's ready, we'll put them in the oven for 15 minutes, and then we'll just check them and then go from there. As you notice, I'm wearing all my Chiefs stuff for today's game. Go Chiefs. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and put these in the oven. Set my timer for 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes now. They're looking pretty good. Go ahead and pull them out. So now we're just going to let them completely cool, and then later we'll rebag them and put them in the freezer. And one thing that you guys might be thinking, if you're thinking the eggs might still be a little bit raw, just keep in mind that later they're going to be re-microwaved again before we eat them, so they'll be well cooked. So no worries.
So I think what we'll do is once they're cooled completely, we can pull these out of the pan, and we can set them on a cookie sheet, put them in our freezer, and let them freeze solid. Then we can pop these out in, either 2 or 3 into a bag, whatever he thinks he wants to take, to work every day. And then he can just grab a bag in the mornings when he's headed out the door.
Okay. I think it was pretty simple, nice and easy.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll be on to the next recipe soon. All right, for dinner, we are going to make a pretty simple, just sheet pan chicken meal. So I'm going to start my marinade here. I need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, and I am just eyeballing all of this. A tablespoon of pure maple syrup. Uh-oh. Ah! There we go. A half a teaspoon of mustard, of the prepared mustard. Half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. A half a teaspoon of garlic powder. One teaspoon of dry mustard, which apparently I don't have. So I am not going to use that. And I am using chicken breasts here. The recipe calls for chicken thighs, but this is what I have, so I'm going to use chicken breasts. And I'm just cutting off this little extra bit of fat that's around the edges of the chicken. And then we're just going to put it in our bowl of marinade. And I'm just going to turn it so that it gets covered. All right, so I've got 3 chicken breasts. Just get that last one down there. Get it covered. All right, so now we're just going to set our chicken breasts aside. So I've got a cookie sheet here with some parchment paper on it. And I'm going to start cutting up my vegetables. All right, and you can use whatever vegetables you like for this. I was going to use sweet potatoes, but my sweet potatoes are a little past their prime, so they went in the compost. So I'm going to use these baby potatoes, and I'm just going to cut them in half. Disappointed too, because I was really looking forward to using sweet potatoes. But that's okay. This will be good too. So I've got the, we don't want that one. I've got my oven preheating to 425 degrees. So there's my potatoes. And then I've got kind of a medium onion here, and I'm just going to cut this kind of in some larger pieces. Whoops. And I'll put these skins and stuff in. I normally would put them in my freezer in a bag for stock, but I have 2 bags of veggies right now in my freezer for stock. So I'm going to give these to our chickens. They'll be glad. Ooh, this onion is kind of strong. Alright, and last, I've got some Brussels sprouts here. And I'm just going to cut these in half. These bigger ones I might cut in quarters. Got a couple that are kind of big here. But I'm just going to cut these up and add them to my pan. Oh, that onion is getting to me. Oh, goodness. Alright. Alright, so now I've got my vegetables kind of spread out on my pan. And I'm just going to drizzle this with some olive oil. And then we'll add some salt and pepper to it. Alright, so I'm going to sprinkle some salt over this. Dog and cat are playing, and Cat's can hurt him if he's not careful. Alright, go ahead and add a little pepper to this as well. Maybe a little more. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my chicken pieces and I'm just going to lay them on top of the vegetables. I'm going to pour this extra marinade over it. And then the original recipe calls for sprigs of rosemary and thyme to be kind of tucked into all of this. I just have the dried pieces, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit to my pan of each of these. There's some rosemary. Add a little thyme. So now I'm just going to stick this in my 425 degree oven, and we're going to cook this about 30 minutes. So that sheet pan dinner is about as simple as it could possibly be. So in a half an hour or so, that should be done. I also got out one of our little apple crisps that we made, and it's been thawing, and so after our chicken is done, I'm going to go ahead and stick this in, probably turn it down to 400 and cook it about 20-25 minutes, and then we can have this apple crisp for dessert. All right, so our chicken and veggies are out of the oven. Looks great, smells great. I turned the oven down to about 350 and I've got the apple crisp in there. We'll let it cook about 15 minutes and we'll check it. It probably shouldn't take very long, but I'm gonna dish up our dinner so my husband and I can take a little taste test. Oh gosh. Oop. Oh no, I'm dropping onions all over the counter. All right, so the chicken's got like maple and I don't know if you heard everything I was saying. Oh, it's hot. Strange that it's hot after I just took it out of the oven, huh?
That'd be delicious.
That's really good. Let's try this. That's fine.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
really good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and eat dinner. When the apple crisp comes out of the oven, I'll go ahead and give you a peek at that, and then we'll finish up. All right, so our apple crisp is done, so I'm gonna dish some up for each of us. If we had some vanilla ice cream to go with it, it would be perfect, but we do not, so we'll just have to suffer through it like this. I think I do have put some whipped cream. Do you want some whipped cream or you just want it plain?
Plain.
Plain, okay. Alrighty, so there we go. There's our apple crisp. So just want to say thanks for you guys hanging out with me today and watching us and watching my husband make his egg muffin things this morning. If you would please like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next video.